Hello, technology thinkers. I'm Roberto, and this is one of my videos that I'm going to include in my resume. This video is about architecture and how to add Angular 17 to .NET 8 manually. So let's start. In order to learn how to do this merge, the first thing that we are going to do is to review how Microsoft is doing this merge. So let's create a new project. As you can see, Angular 17 is a new framework. It includes the standalone components, less boilerplate, and better performance. Uh, Maybe in future I'm going to do a video about Angular 17, but let's focus in what we need right now. That is our Angular and Netcore app. As you can see here, we are going to remove everything and put it .NET 8. So right now we have our .NET application with Angular 17. Let's review what Microsoft did here. As you can see, in our program.cs, we do not have Angular code anymore. And Microsoft finally did what everyone wanted in the new versions. That was the Angular application was in a separate project that our front end or our server that is called here. So how this works in the project file, you can see there is the proxy. In the another project, the command npm start runs, execute the command, open the process, and then from this project, when this project runs, this is this SPA route that says our Angular project is here. You are going. This command is going to be executed, and the final URL is going to be this one, so you can proxy this and show it when you run it. So let's go to the Angular project. As you can see, this is a JavaScript project that it says the npm start. We're going to the assets publish, what testing framework we're going to use, and when we run it, well, this is going to restore npm dependency, so I'm going to pause this. When we run the application, we are going to see that we have our controller and also our Angular app. But what if we want to create an Angular application from scratch? As a software engineers, in the front end, we only want our application or single page application. We don't want to have this project file to have commands for front end or something like that normally. Another advantage of having an Angular application from scratch is what that we are going to have better control for deployment. As a result of this, when we deploy the application, we are going to know how the application is working and what we need to do the deploy in the most easiest way. So let's start with our Angular application from scratch. As you can see here, I created a blank solution. In this blank solution, we are going to add two projects. The first project is the class library, where it's going to be the Angular application. We are going to do it with .NET 8. And the second one is going to be the web application. that we are going to use. The same as always. We are not going to use controllers because it's only to create the application, so we can add Angular. And finally, we have the two projects. The next step was to create our Angular application. I did it outside the project. And after that, I removed all unnecessary files that .NET created. Here is the structure that we need to start our development. The next step is to remove unnecessary code that we are not going to need to run our Angular application from .NET. And to add what we already need, we are going to need the static files for future reference of our public assets and our validation for development, and if it's production, we are going to force the SSS certificate in our project. And then for development, we are going to define our root path that is the parent of our current deploy folder. Sorry. And the development exception page. After the developer exception page, we are going to configure our Angular application. But for that, we need to add some NuGet package. The proxy, and the extension. With that package installed, we can configure our SPA. We are going to combine our root folder with our Angular project and the name of our Angular application. After that, we can use the server to run the application. If we run the application, we are going to realize that our server is not finding the front end. But if we see here, the front end is already running. So what we need to do to help the backend to find the front end. Before doing that, every time that we run the application, we are going to realize that the application runs on random ports. If I run it again, I'm going to realize that is another port. So the first step is to specify in what port we are going to run our application. To achieve that, we are going to configure it in our program.cs file. We have our program.cs file here. And the only thing that we are going to add is spa.options.devserver port equals, we are going to have some port, this one. And to configure our SPA proxy server URL node in our project file. SPA proxy server URL node. This I'm going to copy from internet. Here we are going to remove DS because we are not using secure transport protocol. And the last thing that we are going to do is to add our hosting startup assembly. To be Microsoft.NET Core, SPA.NET Core, SPA proxy. If we build the project with these modifications, we can run the application and see if all is working. As you can see, we have a working Angular development application in our .NET A web application. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching my video.